In this video, I'm going to walk you through exactly how you can lay your accumulators on Smarkets. So there's many reasons that you might want to lay an accumulator. The most common is if you've got a free bet with a bookmaker and you need to use that free bet on an accumulator, on an ACCA. So you'd obviously want to lay it on the exchange for a profit. And this is the example that I've got in this video, what I'm going to show you in a second. So that's the most common one. Second, maybe if you've got a price boost, so you're backing an ACCA with a bookmaker at a high price and then you're laying on a smaller price on the exchange, you've got to do it on an ACCA. Or maybe third and finally, if you're just doing a mug bet and you're just giving the bookmaker some value back, obviously you want to lay it on the exchange to mitigate your risk and don't overexpose yourself. So there's many different reasons people would actually need to place lay bets on Smarkets on the betting exchange. And in this video, I'm going to show you exactly how you can do it, and it's really, really easy. But before I jump in, I've just asked you for one quick favour. If you find this video helpful at any time or entertaining or whatever, hit the like button just down below this video. It literally takes 2 seconds of your time and it helps me get this video out to as many people as I possibly can, which is obviously what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to get as many people as I can making money online from match betting. So if you don't mind liking this video, I'd really, really appreciate it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to jump on my computer screen and I'm going to walk you through exactly how to lay accumulators on Smarkets. Okay, so this example right here, I've got a free bet on this website right here, and I've got to use it on an ACCA. It's the terms and conditions of their offer. I've got to use the free bet on an accumulator. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to load in some legs into this accumulator. So I'm going to use that game, and that game. So I've loaded in 3 different legs to this accumulator, and that's giving my overall odds down here at the bottom. You can see 6.65. This is the accumulator right here. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to leave that in the background for now, and we're going to jump over to Smarkets, and I'm going to find the same games. So the same games what I put into the accumulator on this bookmaker's website here. And what you want to do is you want to find those same games, but you want to be clicking on the back odds and not the lay odds. So I'll show you what I mean by that. So the first game we loaded in was Denmark, Israel versus Denmark, and Denmark we placed the back bet on with the bookmaker. So we find the game, Israel versus Denmark, and instead of clicking on the lay odds, which are the blue boxes on Smarkets, we actually click on the green boxes, so the green back bet odds with Smarkets. It's a little bit weird, it's a bit confusing at first, but this is what you've got to do. So you want to click the back odds, which we're using Denmark. Denmark was the first option. We click on Denmark here, the green box, the back bet odds. The next game, Scotland versus Austria, we chose Scotland. So same thing again, we go back onto Smarkets, find the Scotland-Austria game, Scotland-Austria, choose the team, which was Scotland, and choose the green box, which was the back bet odds, and that drops that in over here. And I just forgot to mention before as well, you've got to make sure that this multiples tab is selected on all these things that you're adding into the bet slip. So for each leg that you add in, so Scotland, Denmark, make sure that this multiples tab is selected. So we've got Scotland in there, we've got Denmark in there. The last one we used, Spain versus Greece, Spain. So we want to add Spain as well. Spain versus Greece match here. Click on the green box, the back bet odds, and that drops in Spain into the accumulator. And you can see everything matches up. So we've got Denmark, Scotland and Spain in this accumulator. We go to the Smarkets, Denmark, Scotland and Spain. Now currently this accumulator that we've got on Smarkets is set to place a back bet. Now of course that's not what we want to do. We're going to be placing a back bet with the bookmaker's websites, and we don't want to back it again with the betting exchange. So what we do to change that is we come down here to where it says buy and sell, and we select sell. Now Smarkets have got this thing with financial market terms, so basically a buy is a back bet and sell is a lay bet. So we're always using sell bets on Smarkets. We're pretty much always going to be laying on a betting exchange. So you want to change this from where it says buy, switch it over to sell, and that will change the odds. So the price will change. So you can see here at buy 7.6. When you switch it to a lay bet, it changes to 8.8. Now that is the lay bet odds to lay that accumulator. So if we go to the bookmaker, you can see the back odds highlighted in blue here. You can see it's 6.67. And on Smarkets, the lay bet odds are 8.8. So what you want to do is you want to load up a match betting calculator, change the bet type to free bet SNR, and then you want to change the back stake. So this is the free bet amount that you're using on your accumulator, or whatever stake you're using. If you're doing a price boost, whatever stake you're using with the bookmaker, and then you want to put in the bookmaker's odds. So 6.67, £25 back stake, 6.67, and then you want to put the lay odds in on the same accumulator as well, which you can see here. which you can see here is 8.8. So pop in 8.8 and you can see the calculator populates all the information and tells you what your profit's going to be from placing the accumulator. So we want to place the back bet. We do that by clicking the bet amount that we're using onto the bookmaker's website. I'm using a £25 free bet, and we just click here where it says bet for free, and you can see my bet has been placed with the bookmaker. So what you want to do is you want to enter your lay stake. You can see here it's £16.11 in my example. Onto Smarkets, into this box down here in the multiples box, so £16.11p at odds of 8.8, and then you want to double check the liability. So my liability is £125.70. And on the match betting calculator, you can see here liability will be £125.66. So it's slightly out, and it can happen when you're dealing with bigger numbers. But as long as there's not a huge, massive discrepancy between the liability on the calculator and the liability on the bet exchange, you're pretty much good to go. So double check the liability, 125.66, 125.70. And when you're happy, make sure double check this is set to sell and not buy, because sell is a lay bet on Smarkets. When you're happy, click the sell button and then confirm the lay bet. And that's pretty much it. You've covered the backside with the bookmaker over here, and you've laid off the accumulator on the betting exchange on Smarkets over here. Now you can see here it doesn't actually tell you the legs within the accumulator. It just sort of tells you multiple times 3 or times 4, whatever size multiple you've done, and a sell, so a lay bet on the multiple. So if you want to double check your legs at any point, all you do is go into your statement by clicking your balance in the top right, click on statement, and you can see this here where it says multiple times 3. Click on the multiple selections, and that just opens out the multiple selections for you there. So that's how you double check if you're not sure about anything or anything like that. And yeah, that's pretty much it. That's how you place multiples on Smarkets. Just before I conclude here, it is important to note that you want to make sure that there's enough liquidity on each selection that you're laying. So for my example, if I just go back to that, on these 3 teams here, Spain, Scotland and Denmark, there needs to be at least some amount of liquidity on each of these selections on the lay side. There needs to be at least some amount of money on whatever team you lay in, basically, on each of the selections. If there's not any money there, so there's 0 there, you can't place the lay bet, essentially. So to do this on the mobile phone app, just load up the app on your phone, and then you want to find the events that you're going to use, which in my case was this FIFA World Cup European qualifiers. Click into that. And then at the top here where it says multiples mode, you just want to switch that tab on. So if that's turned off, which it will be by default, switch that on, and that will deactivate all the lay bet options and just leave all the back options. And then you can just add in each selection just as I showed you by clicking on the back options. So Denmark, Scotland and Spain. That loads them into the multiple at the bottom. And then just as before, you want to change the option from buy to sell, which again on Smarkets, a sell bet is a lay bet, and then that'll give you your odds in the price box at the bottom of the page. So yeah, that's how it works. It's really, really simple, and it's been made so much more simple over the last few years by Smarkets. Back in the day, you would have to sequentially lay your accumulator, so you would have to have loads of different games, what didn't overlap, so they all started at different times, and you would have to lay each game individually until you had a loser. It was a real painstaking process, but thankfully that's no longer needed, as we can just DIY lay our accas really quickly on Smarkets. So if you enjoyed this video, guys, if you didn't do before, please like it. Really appreciate that. As I said, it really helps push this video out to as many people as possible, and that's what I'm trying to get done. That's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to help people make as much money online from match betting as possible. And if you want to get my videos as soon as they're released, or as soon as I upload them to YouTube, hit the subscribe button, smash the bell icon, and YouTube will send you the videos as soon as I put them onto YouTube, so you can see them as soon as they're released as well. That pretty much wraps it up, guys. Thank you very much for watching this video, and I'll see you soon in the next video.